They're using junk Wi-Fi. But number 5 comes out on the track, When Doves Cry, owned by Go Fast Stable, Sarazin, Singh, and Dumaine, trained by Renee Allard, driven by Simon Allard.
That's Yves Sarazin, and then Capildeo Singh and Lawrence Dumaine.
Don't care.
I do, because if they're watching, they would like to know their name.
Yeah, I gave their last names.
Where's this camera?
They could have put their first names in the program.
Which camera are we on? That one or this one?
That camera.
Okay, well.
Number 6 is coming out on the track now, Sweet Chapter, owned by Hut Racing, Blake McIntosh, and Mortgage Boys Stable, trained by Blake McIntosh. Matt Kakali drives. Little known fact, Matt Kakali hasn't won a race here all season.
That's a pretty well-known fact.
Well,
If you talk to any punter around here,
well,
that's all they mention.
People that are here know that, but
yeah, over 36. Yeah, we're buffering
the
quite a
7
bit.
is Asiago, owned by Marvin Katz, Sam Goldband, Al Lidfield, and Black Horse Racing, trained by Per Emblom, driven by Tim Tetrick. Outside chance for this one. Pretty good elimination race.
Asiago.
Here's your horse, Queen of Tricks.
It's only 9-1. God, you gotta get more than that. You gotta get way more than 9-1 on Queen of Tricks.
So is it our feed that's buffering, or because I was having a hard time getting it?
Are you on the public Wi-Fi?
No, I'm on mine.
No. The upload speeds are fine.
Okay. Maybe it's just my computer's overloaded. It's kind of rare, but
Well, just doing the show out here is enough of a headache. Oriane Kihlstrom, I think this is his first Oaks start. I can't recall him ever driving in the Oaks. Lucas Wallen trains this one. This is definitely his first Oaks starter, a former stable hand to Ox Fenstead, who recently branched out and started his own stable. He's got 2 starters in the Oaks. Princess Deo, the 9, owned by Deo Valente Farms, who also bred this daughter of Trixton. Trained by, and also owned by Thomas Pontone and John Federa. I'm pretty sure that's Thomas Pontone. I did the profile on this horse, I should know. Andrew McCarthy in the bike, but also I may be having heat syncope. Miss Trixton in the 10. It's a real disorder. Heat syncope.
no, it isn't.
Yes, it is. Look it up. Ordered by Stable Owns Mixed Trixton, trained here by Marcus Melander, who will be trying to perform better than in his Oaks debut when he finished 10th with a 106-1 shot. What a knockout.
Why do you know that?
Because I did the profile on Miss Trixton.
$500,000 purse.
Okay.
More
We're down to
importantly,
38 to 1 on the 1.
That's
more
the field.
importantly, the betting board. 9-5 on both the 2 Millie's Possession and the 5 When Doves Cry, the 2 elimination winners.
That was a huge race from When Doves Cry last time.
Yeah, and she had a ton left.
And they added a Murphy blind. So
Yeah,
won't-
she was running out.
Yeah. So she probably shouldn't drift here. I feel like there's enough speed to set it up for a closer, and that's why I like Queen of Trixes, but I don't like her at 9-1. I need like 30-1 on Queen of Trixes to justify betting her.
But how are you going to get 30 to 1 in this race?
I thought they would be hammering the big 3 more than they are.
Well, I mean, there's 2 that are sub 2 to 1, and the other one's 3 to 1. I mean, I feel like it's shaken out because the 6 is getting absolutely no money. The 10 and 9 and 10 are both neither one taking a nickel, so the money's got to find somewhere. It ends up on the 8.
She's probably much more obvious than I was thinking anyway, because she has 2 final quarters in 26 seconds.
Yes, people like that.
I thought people would not like Oriane Kihlstrom.
Again, I mean, he's driving fine.
Oh yeah. I don't think he's a bad driver. I just thought other people would. I thought other people would go, he's not Yannick Gingras.
Yeah, you're still going to have that.
Yannick
But
hasn't won a race.
Yeah, where is he?
Yeah, he won with.
He won with Mission Accepted.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the race that mattered.
Yeah.
Insane.
And the only one we missed, basically.
No Heinz shoes on Soul Strong in the Hambletonian final. No shoes on Handel or Hanover.
Just take the shoes off everybody.
Well, Svenstedt and Burke really like to do that on these days.
Well, a lot of people don't know that used to be a really, really common thing. It still is over at the Red Mile. Guys will take shoes off at the Red Mile between races, between warming up and racing. They'll warm up with the shoes. They don't like it. They take them off and race them without them. The reason they do that is because
That's what happened with Atlanta when she won the Philly Futurity, I think.
yeah. And the reason they do that is because of the track surface itself. It's very forgiving on their feet, so they're able to take those shoes off, and it helps them go a little bit quicker. And, there's nothing to really grab on a track like this or the Red Mile. So they're not going to be slipping and losing their footing when you take the shoes off. So you take some of that weight off of their feet, they can go a little quicker.
Just looking at this board, though, Evident Beauty's the overlay. Especially off that last race. If the speed's there, she's sitting right off it.
I like her. I think she has a huge chance.
She's 7-2 though.
But I
when was
think
the last time you got 7-2 on
I
her?
think the one is a massive overlay in the race, and I know I keep saying I like this horse, but
You really think she can win?
yeah, with the right setup, she can win. If she ends up in the pocket here and they end up going crazy, similar to like a Meadowlands pace setup, she's good enough to beat these horses.
See, I was thinking that she would be one of the horses to mess the race up.
The thing about this race is there's no overwhelming. I the 2's 8 for 8, but this horse isn't.
Yeah, she's only 8-5.
A green shoe type, overwhelming favorite in the race. I mean, everybody looks very close to, the same. They're all, right around that 152-ish type range. So the trip matters, and a lot of them haven't been tested. So when you're going for 500, some crazy stuff can happen. This horse is going to be close. You never know. Pops out of the pocket, going to be flying down the lane. Stranger things have happened.
I still think the price 8-5 on the 5 when doves cry.
You're gonna need a sip of that water when you're done talking about her.
No, I mean 8-5.
Your mouth must be so
8-5 is
dry
fair.
from all the chalk.
Well, listen, 8-5 is a good price, I think.
Okay.
Based on the elimination, she was extremely sharp in that limb, and it was her first start on the big track. And for her to do that first time out on the big track, I mean, it was uber impressive to me.
Not her first start on the big track. She beat the Ice Duchess last year over at the Red Mile. This season, okay.
And she's got a wicked, sustained high speed. So I really like her. But if you're looking for a price here, I'm on the 1, Southwind Cassia. I think Mike's on the 1 as well.
Yeah, I've been kind of hammering this one for the entire segment, so.
Probably a little underrated here. And from the rail, she's a definite play at 45-1.
Yeah, but don't you know the rail's the worst post in this racetrack?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, last night it seemed like it.
So I like her chances to hit the ticket and possibly upset at a very, very big price.
I definitely use her in the exotics. I just feel Evident Beauty at 3-1 is the best price you're gonna get out of this race. Queen of Tricks is slowly drifting up in price, but I don't think she's going to be anywhere near the big odds I would expect her to be here, unless someone puts a ton of money in late and then forces Queen of Trix's up like 8 points. I would not take $28 on the 8. I simply would not. I'd rather take the $8 on Evident Beauty, especially if Southwind Cassia guns, Millie's Possession guns, When Doves Cry guns, and then Evident Beauty just comes off it. I'm surprised Asiago isn't taking any more money off of that limb. I thought she'd be the real wise guy.
Well, now
horse.
you got Queen of Tricks drifting up. You're probably going to end up with 20-1 on that one.
You think it could drift that quickly?
Absolutely.
Well, I got to tell you, they're getting ready to go to the gate. Countdown clock is in and done with. So here they go for the $500,000 Hambletonian Oaks. Bang, bang.
8-5 favorite. going for 9 in a row. The 2, Millie's Possession. Second choice, also at 8-5. The 5, When Doves Cry. Third choice at 3-1. The 4, Evident Beauty.
Thanks again, Gary. $500,000 on the line here. The Hambletonian Oaks final for 2019, presented by the Gary family. Race 11, the Hambletonian Oaks.
Full field of 10, lining up.
On the rock and trotting with Princess Dale up fast on the outside. Asiago, When Doves Cry. Simon Allard sends her to the
Full field of 10 for the $500,000 Hambletonian Oaks. Into the stretch, in motion, and approaching the start.
Is fourth and looks to be out and on the move. And it's a 3-wide search from Princess Dale, fifth on the outside, past the quarter. Then comes Sonic Grace. Asiago on the outside and Sweet Chapter on the rail.
Often trotting in the Hambletonian Oaks with Princess Deo darting from the outside. Then towards the center comes When Doves Cry towards the top. Inside, Southwind Kasha protects position to the first turn and now takes control while When Doves Cry tucks into the pocket ahead of Evident Beauty in third and the undefeated Millie's Possession fourth to the quarter. Princess Deo carried 3 wide from fifth ahead of Sonnet Grace, then to the inside of Asiago, now 2 wide to the quarter in 26 and 4. They're then followed by Sweet Chapter towards the back of the pack ahead of Queen of Trixes, and last of all Miss Trixed into the backside as Southwind Kasha leads narrowly before When Doves Cry pulls pocket to take control, moving past 3/8 into the half-mile mark. Stalking the top horses, Millie's Possession from third, then Evident Beauty fourth, waiting for the favorite to tip off the pylons. Sonnet Grace then locked to the inside. They're then back to Princess Deo, now third up in a flow developing through a 54 and 4 half. Asiago's fourth over through that 28 clip, and now Dexter Dunn has Millie's Possession underway, rounding the final turn, trying to catch When Doves Cry, and Simon Allard leading by a length and a half. Southwind Kasha sitting in the pocket. Millie's Possession looming closer to the outside, but still with 2 lengths to make up, coming to 3/4. Evident Beauty then gaps cover, wide of Sonnet Grace, then Princess Deo, and Asiago tips wide from the back, past 3/4 in 1:23, but the Allards turn first. When Doves Cry soars into the stretch, chased by Millie's Possession. Evident Beauty off stride towards the back with Sonnet Grace to the inside and Asiago outside. When Doves Cry kept to her terms and leading here by 2.5 towards a Hambletonian Oaks victory for the Allards. When Doves Cry, then Millie's Possession, and Asiago 150 and 2. Or Chef Corral. We have the
Don't count, redo it.
Wow, what a surprise. We have here the final of the Hambletonian. Who's driving Chimpanzee? Not Brian Sears. Dave Miller. Yeah. 3-5 morning line. The shade doesn't hurt either. Okay, Rod, I owe you a formal apology.
For what?
When Doves Cry was the best horse today. At 8-5, you got an even better price than you were wanting.
2-1.
Now let me give you an informal apology. Listen here, you little piece of dirt.
Oh my God.
5-7 and a photo.
But in case you didn't see the, by the way, the jackpot high five, $126,000 bet into it.
Nice. 126.
Yeah.
2-1 over even money, over 13-1.
My ticket came in.
Did you have it?
I didn't play it.
Wait, who was 4th and 5th?
Didn't matter. I would have had all off.
How disappointing was Evident Beauty?
Well, she broke.
Yeah, that's what I mean. She didn't seem like the kind of filly that would break in that sort of position.
No.
Renee Allard, a sponsor of our Breeders' Crown show last year at Pocono.
We should get him.
Here, winning his first Hambletonian Oaks in his first try. For the Go Fast stable, Yves Sarrazin, Capildeo Singh, and Lawrence Dumaine. Bred here by Bill Weaver III. No brothers have ever won Hambletonian Oaks.
Shout out to friend of the show and part owner of When Doves Cry, Bruce Soulsby. The Go Fast stable.
Nice. Yeah, that's right. Go Fast stable.
When Doves Cry out of the mare Cedar Dove, who failed to make the Hambletonian Oaks final as a 3-year-old. She finished 6th when she had to finish 5th. But then she went on. You remember that year at the Breeders' Crown, it was at Mohawk, and all the drivers got caught in that snowstorm, so they couldn't fly up.
I don't remember this.
I do remember this. There was a snowstorm, so like Tim T, Trick, Yannick Gingras,
I do remember that.
none of them could make the Breeders' Crown.
First couple races, they couldn't get there.
No, they couldn't be there at all.
That's right.
So Ron Pierce drove Cedar Dove. I think Luke Wallette won a Breeders' Crown that night.
I remember that.
The Simon Allard and Renee Allard win here. The Hambletonian Oaks. When Doves Cry, 150 and 2 ticks off the stakes record set by Manchego last year.
If you played my pick 4 ticket on NAHUpicks.com, you cashed.
Cash for $339.
Nice.
Bang, bang.
That was about time. I kind of had a little bit of a rough day, but, you know, we're rallying.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's been a little chalky. So,
That was one chalk that I liked, though.
I know you liked her. She wasn't really the favorite, though. She was second choice.
Oh, she was second choice. That's right.
So, I don't know. My one got the trip I thought she would, but she just wasn't good enough, and that's fine. I mean, you know, when you're playing horses that are 40 to 1, they're going to do that most of the time.
Listen, you got to take shots when you're playing some favorites on top.
Absolutely.
Speaking of breeding, here's an interesting tidbit about Green Shoe in the next race. Okay? Green Shoe by Father Patrick. Favorite in the Hambletonian?
Yes.
Lost.
Yes.
Out of the mare Designed to Be. Favorite in the Hambletonian Oaks. Lost.
What about Devuto Hanover?
That's Donato Hanover. Favorite in the Hambletonian. Lost.
That's right.
People don't remember he was posthumously DQ'd as a result of, well, people found out that
He wasn't dead.
people found out in the backstretch he was saying some unsavory things about gray horses. He called them Ronies, which is a slur in the horse industry. And everyone said, we can't have this horse on our record books. This is all we have to talk about is we have 50 minutes until the Hambletonian.
Is that what it is?
No, it's going to be like 30.
I can tell you, I know when post time is. We've got 26 minutes.
Oh, wow.
26 minutes until post time. So we can take 5 minutes here.
Yeah, I think we can. I'm going to send out some tweets.
Play our Hoosier promo. We will be at Hoosier Park next week, by the way.
Oh, yes.
You can play the pony skit. Did we do that one? You did that one.
But wait, did someone say that we're going to be at Hoosier Park 1 week from today for the
No.
Dan Patch Festival?
1 week from yesterday.
Yesterday.
Did you say we're going to be at the Dan Patch Festival on Friday, August 12th at Hoosier Park?
I did.
Now you can't
And it's not August 12th.
you're telling me that now they're gonna, not only are we gonna be there, but they're gonna broadcast the post draw live on the internet Tuesday, August 6th at 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time? That's just unheard of. That's next week. at Hoosier Park. We'll leave the Meadowlands to do their thing, get winner's circle reaction from the connections of When Doves Cry. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, the 94th edition of the Hambletonian, presented by Chex Mix.
And just before we give you the order of finish for race 11, we want to acknowledge the winning caretaker was Russell McKinnon. Congratulations, Russell. Great job with When Doves Cry. Southwind Kasha, 10th place, 9th. Millie's Possession, 2nd. Sonnet Grace was 8th. Evident Beauty, 9th place, 10th. Interference on a break. When Doves Cry was the winner. Sweet Chapter, 7th. Asiago, 3rd. Queen of Tricks is 6th. Princess Dale, 5th. Miss Trixton, 4th. It's 10th place 9th, 2-8, 9th place 10th, 173, 654, 150 and 2. Steps out sharply, so it's Southwind Cash on the inside, engaging When Doves Cry. Stay around the first turn. Evident Beauty got away well. And they're off and trotting with Princess Dale out fast on the outside. Asiago, When Doves Cry, and Salmon Allard sends her to the front here. Southwind Kasha steps out sharply, so it's Southwind Cash on the inside, engaging When Doves Cry. Stay around the first turn. Evident Beauty got away well in third. Millie's Possession, the undefeated filly, is fourth and looks to be out and on the move. And it's a three-wide surge from Princess Dale, fifth on the outside past the quarter. Then comes Sonic Grace. Asiago on the outside and Sweet Chapter on the rail, and Queen of Tricks is, and the early trailer is Miss Trixton. First quarter up was hot, 26 4/5 across the backstretch. Southwind Kasha, 55-1 bomb, but here comes When Doves Cry to the front here. When Doves Cry takes it away from long shot Southwind Kasha across the backstretch. Millie's Possession anxious to go on there. She is third as they near the half. Evident Beauty is fourth. Will look to follow her. To the outside, Princess Dale. Stride, Sonic Grace saving ground. And then it's Sweet Chapter on the inside with Asiago on the outside, and Queen of Tricks is, and Miss Trixton. The half up in 54 and 4. A solid pace here. When Doves Cry, the fastest elimination winner, leads the way onto the far turn with 3/8 to go. Here comes Millie's Possession on the outside, getting in gear with Dexter Dunn, soon to be second as they head to three-quarters. Southwind Kasha locked in the box third, and Evident Beauty on the outside needs to do more fourth, but she's inching a bit closer, still 4 lengths from the lead here. And dropping back on the inside, Sonic Grace is fifth. Three-quarters in 1:23 into the stretch of the Hambletonian Oaks. When Doves Cry scoots off by 2, now 3. Millie's Possession is full out in second. Evident Beauty is on a break here. Asiago's closing in for third and looking for second. She's closing fast. When Doves Cry. Poetry in motion here with Simon Allard in the Hambletonian Oaks. It's When Doves Cry. Then Millie's Possession, Asiago, and Miss Trixton. When Doves Cry, 150 and 2.
history. It's written by winners. At Diamond Creek Farm, we're breeding champions and rewriting the history books. Diamond Creek Farm, a cut above.
Manchego takes the Hambletonian Oaks.
It's six-pack, 149-1, a new world record.
Father Patrick, redemption in the Breeders' Crown. Gateway Farm is the pinnacle of standardbred training facilities, conveniently located in Manalapan, New Jersey, making for easy access to East Coast racetracks. Gateway Farm consists of 200 acres with 650 stalls, therapeutic pool and spa, with 1 mile and half-mile training tracks and sand jog track. Gateway Farm is home to some of harness racing's top stables. Come see why Gateway Farm draws rave reviews from horsemen. For information, call 732-446-7100. Gateway Farm, the place with the mile. And now on your TV monitors, one more look here at the Hambletonian field with the odds on your left. As you can see on the screen there, Pilot Discretion is number 1 with Andrew McCarthy. Number 2 is Green Shoe with Brian Sears. 3, Don't Let Him, Yannick Gingras. 4, Green Manalishi S, Tim Tetrick. 5, Marseille with Aki Svanstead. 6, Forbidden Trade, Bob McClure. 7, Chimpanzee with Dave Miller. 8, Cantab Fashion, Scott Ziron. 9, Osterich with Jimmy Tactor driving. And 10, Soul Strong, Dexter Dunn. That's your field for the upcoming $1 million Hambletonian final. Once again, our post-parade for the Hambletonian final led by members of the Standardbred Pleasure Horse Organization, the Standardbred Pleasure Horse Organization of New Jersey.
We are back for the post-parade. of the Hambletonian final. $1 million is the purse.
$1 million.
No scratches. Field of 10 here. A lot of times we do have scratches. Not today. Number 1 is Pilot Discretion. Owned by Robert LeBlanc, David Anderson, John Federa, trained by Tony Alania, Andy McCarthy drives. The 2 is the overwhelming favorite, currently at 1 to 5, 2 to 5. Green Shoe, owned by Current Inc., Hans Back, Lars Grangvist,
Right.
Morton Langley. Trained by Marcus Melander, Brian Sears drives. The 3, Don't Let 'Em, owned by Brittany Farms, Christina Tactor, John Fielding, and Liverman, trained by Nancy Johansson, Yannick Gingras. Who was second in the elimination to Green Shoe.
Yes.
Second to Green Shoe in his elimination. Career earnings $312,000.
Here comes the Ray.
I come bearing frosty beverages.
Thank God.
One for each of us.
Excellent.
These were the only ones left in there. So, I was just upstairs. I did Mike and Mike.
Nice.
I went up there, said, I think I'm at the point, I think I'm forfeiting to Green Shoe.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's probably wise.
The only thing I'm watching for, like, I'm waiting for him to come around. I'm watching to see if maybe, you know, he's bearing out a bit in his stride. That's basically.
We'll watch him.
That's the
We're
only
doing
thing
the
you can
post
do.
parade right now,
Yeah.
and we're on the 4. Green Manalishi, who was an elimination winner first over, in a sharp 150-3, owned by Current Inc. Trained by Marcus Melander, Tim Tetrick stays on to drive. This was Timmy's choice.
Shocking.
The 5 is Marseille, owned by Akis Fonstedt Inc., ordered by Stable. Howard Taylor, trained by Akis Fonstedt, and he drives also.
At Woodbine and Mohawk Park. And career earnings of $367,000. Forbidden trade.
Here's a 6, Forbidden Trade, owned by Determination, trained by Luke Blay. Bob McClure drives. And by the way, he was loaded in his elimination.
Yeah, he has a big chance to be second in here for sure.
What are his odds right now?
It's 10 to 1.
I don't think there's a Mets Hall this year, boys.
No, I don't either.
Nah.
Goodbye. Goodbye, sandwich. Our sandwiches just blew away.
Here's a 7, Jim Pansy, however you say it. Courant Inc., owned by Courant Inc., SRF Stable. Marcus Melander trains. Dave Miller will drive.
First time Dave Miller drives this. First time anyone else drove this horse. I should say drives this horse. Beautiful.
The 8, Cantab Fashion, owned by Fashion Farms LLC. Jim Campbell trains for Scott Zeron.
I kind of missed how that horse raced in his limb, but he had a pocket trip the whole way.
Yeah.
I didn't know if he was loaded or if he was just...
He wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah, he tried to tip at the top of the stretch, but he just didn't have much to offer.
And then he draws outside here, so
Right.
that's
Yeah,
tough.
I mean, he's a pitch for me.
I have your program.
The 9 is Oster, owned by Christina Tactor. Joran Falk, trained by Per Engblom. driven by Jimmy Takter.
That's an interesting change. Because Gingras stuck with the Johansson horse, of course.
Yeah.
Although Jimmy drove Don't Let Him before also.
And it is closing third in his elimination, Soul Strong.
There's the 9, Oster.
Trainer Rookie Sponstead, Dexter Gunn will drive from post 10 for stable. Why not? Career earnings $73,000.
And the outside rail goes to Soul Strong, owned by stable Why Not, trained by OK Sponstead. Dexter Dunn drives. Big long shot there from post 10.
14-1 though.
Wow.
And look at his last 3 final quarters: 26-4, 26-3, 26-3. That plays well from anywhere.
So what time is it right now? Let's switch seats. I want my seat.
It's 5 o'clock.
That time, the 94th Hambletonian.
I feel like I should change this ticket.
Okay. Back in the seat where I am most comfortable. Green Shoe is 2 to 5. I have not seen much of him in the post parade. I see Cantab Fashion. He looks fine. Pilot Discretion. He looks fine. I feel it feels kind of weird just how defeated I feel by Green Shoe. Well, just because like last year I had the optimism of Metz Hall, and I got a thrill from Metz Hall, but I don't really feel like the only reason I feel that sort of intuitive liking with, for lack of a better term, is Green Man Alishi. And he's the third choice somehow. Chimpanzee is the second choice.
I don't really like Chimpanzee much in the race.
I
I'm
don't
not
either.
going to use him.
But 10 to 1 on Green Man Alishi.
Well, you got 8 to 1 on the. You already got 23 to 1.
I know. That's why I think I just sit and hope that my future bet comes in.
You already got the race bet.
Yeah. It was a smart bet so far.
I'll take a value exacta play here. 2 with the 6 second.
What's that paying? I wonder.
I think the play is 2 with the 1-6 in the exacta.
2-1 is 40. 2-6 is 25. 2-7 13. 2-10 is 25. The 10 I think is interesting for underneath plays. I mean, regardless of the post, because you know he's going to be finishing up no matter what.
We have about 7 minutes until post time.
About 5.
Oh, they moved it up.
5 minutes.
They moved it to 5:13.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't do any winner's circle.
Okay, are you watching for Green Shoe on the track? What do you see?
I'm trying to. I see Green Man Alishi.
He's over with the outrider right now.
Really? Oh,
He's trying to keep him calm, keep him relaxed by himself.
That's already interesting. Okay.
A horse that's actually parading like a madman right now is the 10.
Soul Strong?
Soul Strong.
These Fenstead horses usually come back sharp in a second heat.
Yeah.
And you're getting 16 to 1.
This horse looks very good on the racetrack.
He was good in the elimination too.
He kicked him at 26-4 to get third, yeah.
And he was inches from being second.
He draws a post where he's going to need a flow.
Yeah, but he's the type of horse that's going to sit anyway, so I don't find that to be a big deal.
Well, yeah.
I mean, he won from the 8-hole free back.
Those of you on social media watching the feed, if you got a pick, toss it in the chat.
Yeah,
We'll shout out your
5
pick.
minutes till the race goes.
If you think Green Shoe's going to get beat, who do you like?
Chimpanzee on the track. He looks fine.
I have no Chimpanzee in any ticket.
I don't think he's a win contender. That's the thing. A lot of these horses kind of look fine. That's Marseille coming around, I think, with Aki Svenstead. Looks like he's trying to rev that one up, which we could see. We could see Ak try to blast and go all out for his stablemate Soul Strong to come by and sweep the pieces. Could we not? Because Marseille has the speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible, but I'm thinking that the 10 kind of floats out of there and tries to get away a little closer than 10. based on the way he was post-parading. He was kind of rocking around there pretty good. So it's going to be interesting. Green Shoe still with the outrider out by himself. You can't see that on your feeds. I'm keeping a close eye on horses post-parading here.
So the only note for those watching, I believe T-Trick's the only one with different colors. He's driving in the current colors. Yeah, because Sears isn't, no one else is. That's not labeled in the proof sheet that was just shot out. Forbidden Trade, he looks relaxed. In terms of outsiders, Green Manalishi, Forbidden Trade, Soulstrong, they're the obvious three. I really don't think Don't Let Him can take 2 heats. He can prove me wrong.
Why? I mean, he's Well, yeah, but he raced well in the elimination. He chased the best horse home. He looked fine. You know, kicked 26-3. There's nothing wrong with him.
I just feel like he's the kind of horse that could tire.
Okay. I mean,
in this sort of format.
I mean,
a horse like Green Manalishi, who's a big horse, suits 2 heats.
Okay.
Green Shoe is a big horse. He suits 2 heats.
I mean, you know, sometimes whenever you're big and you have to go a couple different times, you might get tired. You know, a horse.
If you're trying to beat Green Shoe here, who's your win bet? Because you're getting good value on just about everybody.
Not Chimpanzee.
I don't know. I like Forbidden Trade some, 17-1. I like Soul Strong some, 18-1. I use them both for second and supers. I still like Pilot Discretion, but
yeah, I was just thinking about that.
I mean,
he kicked them in 26-3. They went too slow for him to really do anything.
I don't know. I didn't like the look of him. I just felt like he should have passed the horse, and he never really did the entire elimination.
But it was a sprint.
Well,
Okay.
I'll tell you what I did.
He's gonna need help.
I went 2 with the 1-6 for the exacta, and I bet $2 to win on the 6. Just in case.
I mean, I get it, you know.
Well, we have 60 seconds to go. Countdown clock ticking.
It's going to be a fun race, but I do think that they're going to be hard-pressed to beat the favorite.
This is a weird time to be celebrating someone's birthday, as the biggest event in harness racing is about to happen.
Yes.
Your birthday's gonna get superseded real quickly.
The most famous song in the world, though. Happy birthday.
I thought it was.
No copyrights there.
I thought it was. Oh, ye sacred star in the sky.
Well, the starting gate is moving.
Well, we have 20 seconds here.
Horses are turning to the gate for the $1 million Hambletonian final.
Let's go.
For all the marbles here.
One to 5, Green Shoe. Second choice at 7-1, the 7, Chimpanzee. At 11-1, the 3, Don't Let Him, and the 4, Green Manalishi. It's a full field of 10. Lining up. One last look at the crowd before they decide to go home. The 94th Hambletonian, full field of 10 in motion, in line, in behind, and approaching the start.
Green Manalishi assumes third. Forbidden Trade is marked down fourth. After going up with Ostrich on the outside fifth. Green Shoes wedged in sixth right now and slips out in front of Don't Let Him. And that's Chimpanzee with a
Off end trotting with Forbidden Trade showing speed from the center, as does Marseille to his left flank. Green Shoe anxious at the gate, ducks towards the rear of the field, rounding the first turn, while Pilot Discretion from the cones gets away in the pocket. Green Manalishi then away third, moving to the opening quarter as Forbidden Trade floats into fourth. Osterk is wide fifth, Green Shoe behind him sixth, soon to get locked in, but Sears gonna angle out with the favorite Green Shoe towards the quarter. They're then back to Don't Let 'Em with Chimpanzee and Soul Strong through a 26-1 opening quarter. Marseille to the backside. Leads here narrowly as now McCarthy pulls with Pilot Discretion. And now Pilot Discretion popped out, pounces, takes the lead here, moving past 3/8 and towards the half in the Hambletonian. Green Manalishi sits third with Forbidden Trade now floating outside fourth. Green Shoe on cover fifth then with Osterk locked in sixth through a 55 half. 28-4 that second quarter. Into the far turn. Green Manalishi ranging up to take control from Pilot Discretion. Then Marseille. Forbidden Trade second over in the flow. Green Shoe then third over with about 3.5 lengths to make up. Osterch is locked in. Then back to Don't Let 'Em. Soul Strong getting ready to roll from the back wide of Chimpanzee to three quarters. Green Manalishi takes the lead from Pilot Discretion. Then Forbidden Trade. Green Shoe tips three wide with Marseille looking for room. 123-2 into the stretch of the Hambletonian. Green Manalishi loses ground wide of Pilot Discretion, but Green Shoe uncorked by Sears towards the center of the track, going past Forbidden Trade. And Green Shoe now takes a narrow lead, but Forbidden Trade battles back. Forbidden Trade, Green Shoe as they come to the line. Forbidden Trade and Bob McClure win their first Hambletonian in 1:51.
Wow.
We had the horses right there.
6-2.
I like that win bet.
I really hate how I lose my voice by this time in the card because I have to yell over everything.
Yeah.
You need lukewarm water.
No,
Yeah, you have that.
I need to have an announcer's booth where I don't have to shout.
You would be
I
shouting.
really thought Green Manalishi had that one.
Why?
Because Green Shoe was taking so long.
He was taking a long time.
6-2. Was that Chimpanzee to the inside?
I don't know.
Was that 6-2, 7-10?
I think it's a Pilot Discretion, yeah? Or no?
I looked like Dave Miller.
He was there.
That was Chimpanzee. Yep. 6-2, 7-10.
The upsetter.
Okay, here's my question. Why couldn't Mets Hall do that?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Listen, I gave out the win bet. I gave out the win bet.
McClure? Seriously.
I remember a couple years ago, Louis Waugh wanted to move down to the Meadowlands. I don't know why Bob McClure doesn't.
By the way, one of our friends of the show, Terry Wilson, gave this horse out before the elimination.
Yeah, that's a great pick.
It's a good thing I'm not working Standardbred Canada tonight.
I watched the elimination, and I liked this horse after that. He had a ton of go,
Yeah.
improved.
He was good in the...
He can go with these.
He was good in the elimination.
He was good in the elimination, yeah.
I mean, he was.
And he was driven very conservative and smart in the elimination.
Blay is as hot as anything right now. We said all this before the races. There's no question.
151-2, is that the final
The
time?
Canadian Invader.
The only Canadian horse even entered.
Yeah. Woodbine horses. I say it all the time.
What a race.
But somehow Green Shoe found a way to lose. You know, the best horse.
He keeps doing that.
He hung. He was by us.
Yeah,
when he came by us, he was by.
He was by.
And he just hung that last 16th. That second heat got to him. And that was the question of stamina for a horse like him that can get a little bit high.
Well, I don't know if that's stamina as much as, Forbidden Trade was already in front of him. If Forbidden Trade gets the head jump, sure, Green Shoe does have a quick acceleration, but if the horse in front of you is already sprinting, you're at a disadvantage. And Green Shoe is gaining on him. It's just McClure had that measured.
Well, no. Green Shoe was by right here where we're at. He was already past Forbidden Trade. It might not have looked like it on the live feed, but
Right,
he was already
did.
passed.
Like, he even called him that too. Like if he was.
Mike and I both thought we were watching him come by, and we thought he was going to jog, like go right past him. And then he just, right when he passed us, right when we said that, kiss of death,
Right.
you're going to hang, and he hung.
Which, well, the other, you watched him at the gate?
Huh?
Did you watch Green Shoe at the gate?
I didn't see him at the gate.
He was throwing his head.
Was he?
He almost broke.
He did the same thing in the elimination.
And that's why Brian Sears was very smart to go directly to the outrider. That's probably the only reason this horse stayed flat.
Okay, so what did we learn? Father Patrick, favorite in the Hambo, lost. Designed to Be, favorite in the Oaks, lost. Green Shoe, favorite in the Hambo,
Down the tubes.
Forbidden Trade for Bob McClure, Luke Blake. Where's Chad Rosemont? Is he in the winner's circle?
He probably is.
Well, Greg Blanchard, I'm sure, is on set. I know he's on set with CBS right now.
Luke
I
Blades.
saw him earlier.
That's Luke Blake's first Hambo winner.
Bob McClure's first Hambo winner.
I flebbed the call because I forgot to say Luke Blay and Bob McClure their first Hambletonian. I don't think it's Luke Blay's first entrant though. He's tried.
No, he's had a couple in.
Yeah, he's had a couple.
He's tried a couple times. Had a great couple of attempts. What did Forbidden Trade go off?
Paid 33. So it's
one of the higher
16.
prices you'll ever get in the Hambletonian.
Well, you get the second heat, and that's what happens. Exacta was good, $105. Dime Super a little light.
Amigo Hall?
Yeah, he paid what? He was 30.
After Amigo Hall. Marauder.
Harry Marauder.
That was dumb. Where's North? Up.
Nice.
Oh no, where's the John Campbell cutout going? Don't leave. I know everyone else is leaving, but the cutout doesn't have to go. Okay, put it back.
But we gave out the winner there. This Exacta is
105.
probably pretty good. Prices are up
$105.
now.
Did you box it?
I didn't box the Exacta, but I got a win bet on the 6.
Typical of me to get discouraged by this whole day and then miss a $33 horse.
Well, I mean, like I said, there's no reason to.
The moment I got more interested was when you told me that Green Shoe was with the Outrider. Because that was always a go-to tactic for them as a 2-year-old. To try and keep them together.
And you might want to stay tuned for the rest of the card as well. Well, for these last 3 races that we have here. You got a world record holder in the next race.
You got 2. 3.
Hanover, Darling Miriaz, and who's the other one? Manchego.
I think Ice Attraction. Oh no, Ice Attraction didn't go in 49. Emoticon is a world record holder on the 5/8.
So 4 world record holders in the same race.
And Plunge Blue Chip.
Yeah.
5.
5 of them. Half the field have world
This
records
is-
in this next race.
After years of just really awful mare trotting divisions, we have one of the best
Yes.
in recent
Well,
years.
it's not that they were awful. It's just like they had a dominant horse. That's
That to
all.
me makes them awful.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
You look at it as an owner. I look at it from a competition standpoint. If Buckeye St. Pat is romping over horses, that's not necessarily a great division. If you want to get more into the nuances of it, that's fine. But I'm about 10 miles from New York, so everything's black and white to me.
Right.
I don't know. I think this is
Don't
a
you
wide
have a flight to
open
catch?
race.
I do.
What time's your flight?
I was going to leave here about 5:30. My flight leaves
It's
at 9.
5:25, Rod.
Yeah. I got 5 minutes.
Your flight
Okay.
leaves at 9?
Where's Ross?
Traffic.
To Newark?
But- oh, yeah.
Even
You got to jump on the turnpike.
I think it's traffic on the turnpike.
There's always traffic on the turnpike.
They should make a t-shirt for
It
that.
takes a half hour to get there.
Well,
And right now, it's going to take 45 minutes.
we're going to take a timeout then, let you get going. Russ Adams will be joining us for the last 3 to replace Rod. We'll have Winner's Circle commentary from Luke Blay and Bob McClure as they have won the 94th Hambletonian.
And I will see you all next Friday at Hoosier Park. Bang, bang.
Here's the order of finish for the Hambletonian race 12. Pilot Discretion 7th, Green Shoe 2nd, Don't Let 'Em was 10th, Green Manalishi 5th, Marseille was 6th, Forbidden Trade the winner, Jim Penzi 3rd, Cantap Fashion 9th, Osterch was 8th, and Soul Strong 4th. So it's 7-2-10-561-3984. That's 7-2-10-561-3984.
Thanks a lot, guys. Standing by here with the winning connections of the 2019 Hambletonian Forbidden Trade and driver Bob McClure. Bob, we will take us through the trip there today. The race set up pretty well for you. Followed and cover. Did you have confidence here turning for home? You had to know Green Shoe was looming behind.
Yeah, well, I was a little anxious the first turn. I know there was a horse outside me, so I didn't want to go to the rail. I was lucky enough that he ducked behind me, so I was able to get a little bit of helmet time. And I was following a real good horse in Green Man Rishi, and he got me where I needed to go. And yeah, the only looming danger was Green Shoe. And when they hooked up, it looked really, it was a good race.
Take us through that stretch drive. When you did hook up there, you kind of came up and got even with you. What were your thoughts at that point, in the stretch? Do you know you still had plenty left in the tank? You showed a lot of fight and determination.
Yeah, my horse just has a lot of class, and they're two really incredible colts fighting it out. So I don't think there's really usually a loser in that, but I'm really glad we came out on top.
And Luke, if we can get Luke back in here after he gets through taking some pictures and whatnot. But we'll ask you, Bob. He's obviously been spotted for the Hambletonian for a long time. Did you have the confidence he could ship in, take on this type of company? He's had some stakes experience in the past, but this was a big test.
Yeah, well, we were confident he could be competitive. There was, you never know just how much was left in Green Shoe's tank, but I did figure he had the ability to go with these horses. And obviously he stayed healthy, stayed sound. That's good on Luke to keep him that way, and we're just going to enjoy it.
Okay, Forbidden Trade takes the 94th Hambletonian, Serge Godin, and the Determination Connections of Quebec, trader Luke Blais, driver Bob McClure, breeder Steve Stewart trackside as well.
$33.80 to win on Forbidden Trade, $7.60 to place, $3.80 to show. Green Shoe $2.60, $2.10, then Chimpanzee $4, $2 exact to 6.2, $105.80, $2 trifecta 627, $733.20. The 10-cent superfecta 627.10. Soul Strong got up there for $208.53.
That's a dime super.
A dime super. As it's 0 minutes race 13, we have probably like 8 minutes, 7 minutes until the next race, the Dr. John Steele Memorial. As we were alluding to earlier, or at least as Rod was, one of the toughest collections of trotting mares in recent years. Manchego with the world record, Emoticon Hanover with the world record, Hanover with the world record, Darley Mirias with the world record, Punch Blue Chip with the world record. And Manchego currently leads them all as the favorite since she's 75.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Custom
She's
K-Tap
back.
5-1.
Yeah, I mean, getting a lot of money there off that 15-1 warning line. Again, I'm a big proponent of this horse just because I think that she was against it on pace night and then, hasn't been seen since. Was disqualified in there, but, she doesn't know that. So, she has a big chance. I don't want 5-1 though. I would prefer if she was double that, and I think we'll eventually end up double that, especially with some of these others in here. Right now you have Emoticon Hanover 17-1, Fatosa 15-1.
Only 15-1 on Fatosa. I feel like I'd want a little more than that on her. Also, it's just us now.
I mean,
I do mean it's just us. Not only is Rod gone, everyone's leaving.
Yeah, a lot of people are leaving.
But that's not terrible. You want to go make a bet inside? No lines.
Yeah, it's all right. The big race is over. That's what typically happens. So, but there's still good races.
Yeah.
I mean, you still got four to go.
And starts the late pick 4.
Yeah. Apparently, Ken's call's been really getting ripped apart on Twitter right
Really?
now. Yeah, because he thought Green Shoe was going to win. And,
I thought he was going to win too.
Yeah, but
I thought Ken did. That was fine.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's just everyone picks everything apart now. You know, you can't do anything without somebody having something to say about it every 5 seconds. So, you know, it's just ridiculous. I don't know.
As someone who has something to say on everything, I agree. But
Everyone's so negative. I just don't like. You don't have to be that way. I mean, if it's warranted, but this wasn't. You know.
as we were talking about, this race does start the late pick 4.
Which I have a ticket posted on the website.
We all have tickets here. I go with the obvious. Actually,
What are you eating?
it's an electrolyte capsule.
Okay, stop.
I need it, or else I will faint.
Swallow it.
No, it's got to dissolve.
It'll dissolve in your stomach.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
How do you know that?
Because.
You clearly have never eaten a watermelon seed and have a watermelon grow inside your tummy.
Oh my God.
That's happened to me before.
We're falling off the rails here.
I made a mistake here. In my tickets.
What'd you do?
I may have put the 4 on the graphic instead of the 6.
Well, that's all right. The 4 is Bob McClure. You know, he's probably riding a little bit of a high after that last race.
Yeah, let's go with it. I don't care.
Yeah.
147.
I used in my ticket.
Let's beat Hannibal Hanover.
I mean, this is a good race. There's a lot of different horses. The Motorcon can win this race. I mean, she's good enough. She's got a ton of class. 1.5 million. You know, and probably the hottest barn anywhere right now. So
That's something about Luke Blake. Is when he gets rolling, everything's good.
Everything
You
is
remember
good.
Intimidate?
Yeah. Oh, it was awesome.
Every horse that
When
he
he
sent.
got good, he was ridiculous. Yeah.
And Motorcon's the same way, but it seems like she's kind of just been waiting and waiting and waiting for the right place to pop, and she popped here last year. She
Yeah.
won this race.
She was very good
wasn't
last.
her- or was it-
She didn't win this last year. No, that was the Dream
Together.
Yeah, Dream Together.
That's right.
At a huge price.
Yeah, she was 51.
Yeah. So, and I think that's why it's worth spreading out here. I mean, you know, Hannelor's been good, but, you know, she's starting to be more lightly raced. She used to show up every week, and, you know, last time she was in the final, you know, that Armborough flight, she got blasted by Atlanta. You know, since then, it's had 2 fairly easy trips, I thought, and dominated. But, here we go. She hasn't raced since the 13th. You know, I mean, now we're missing another couple weeks again.
We're doing all right. Yep. Well, I have his stuff now. I don't know if you've heard the news. No, the Heat got him. You guys should really have a fire marshal around here.
I'll bring it up the next meeting. I'll feel like yeah, Morris said to give that to him, and I guess up till Breeders' Crown.
All right.
So you guys can do whatever.
That sounds good.
How's everything going for you guys? Good?
It's so hot.
I know.
Every year I want the Hambletonian to be the last race. And it never is.
Nope.
Because like at this point, it's like the whole energy of the place just dies.
Yeah, right after the Hambo. I don't even know if the owner was here for determination. He's like, I think his name is Serge Cohen. He's one of like the richest people in Canada. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly.
Maybe he couldn't get a beast.
How do you not make it?
I've never seen him. Because I know Luke Blaze and Bob McClure were getting the trophy.
Yeah.
The owner does.
Why was Ray Schnittker in the winner's circle?
Was he?
I thought so.
Maybe more people were yelling at him too, like Jim Schwartz. I have no idea. I didn't even see that. That's funny.
Number 1 is Matt Chango, last year's winner with extra down for Nancy Johansson.
Oh boy.
For the big joke of the day. Waiting for 13 races to finally tell a huge, amazing joke.
You're gonna tell me the amazing joke? Boys,
Come on in here, Dad.
he's gotta do it into the microphone.
Have a seat, Dad.
So we got the
We
big
got
Hanover.
Senor Adams.
Hey, what's up, folks?
Was that the joke? Was that the joke?
No, I was going to say, last time I made a bet on a horse, He was 10-1. The only problem is the horse came in at 3:15.
Oh my God.
So anyhow, that's why I come to you guys for advice.
He just made the best joke. I've been doing this show for 10 years, and he just made the best joke in the history of the show.
He does make better jokes than you. That's true.
You know, I think I'm going to go on Rod's flight also. It was nice seeing everybody for the Hambletonian.
This is like the 4th time Ray's left today.
Can you blame me?
Russ, how did you do?
You okay?
How'd you do on the race?
It's post-parade time here.
All right, you're in the bullpen. Tell the crew have a great night.
Hey, you all have a great night.
You here?
I'm going to go to work here. Hey, everybody, the Hustler is back. Did you guys see me in the circle with Bob McClure?
Oh, wait, were you?
I was in there.
Oh, nice.
That's
You
awesome.
know I had to be in there. You know, wins the Hambletonian, you know I had to get in there somehow.
How did you get in there?
Oh, yeah, you had the media pass.
About that, baby. Here we go.
I could have.
Boy, tell me you at least had him a little bit.
I can show it to you because I don't want someone like steal my.
I could have gotten into the winner's circle. I've talked to Bobby how many times in my life?
There you go.
Let's see what he's got.
Okay. I didn't bet a ton, but you know.
You
I got $1 a couple dollars to win. It's not bad.
All right.
Where are you parked?
What's that? What, Dad?
Well, let me ask you a second question. Do you carry a weapon?
No.
So you are defenseless.
Well, I can still use my hands though.
We still got these.
Yes.
Still got dukes.
Yeah. You know, Dad's talking to a random stranger, but that's okay. That's what my dad does.
A random stranger? Aren't all strangers random?
Some, maybe some others, maybe not so much. But anyway,
John Steele.
Yeah, I'm a little tired. It's been
You're a little
day.
tired, yeah.
It's been a great day. Bob McClure wins the Hambo. He's the best. We've been talking. You and I have been talking about him for a long time. Mike as well. It's well documented. He's the man. So let's talk about that John Steele Memorial because he was a good man. Let's talk about that Maris Open.
Well, I was going to say, too, this was great for McClure because a couple of years ago, if you remember, he tried racing down here.
Right.
Raced for a little bit. And now this is almost like retribution.
Well, no, you're thinking about somebody else. You're thinking about...
Bob McClure was here.
Well, he was here for a couple of races. You're thinking about McNair.
No, I'm talking but like before McClure had those colors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because remember, he changed his colors sometime in his career.
Oh, yes.
Which I still don't know why.
That I don't know. I'll have to ask him next time I see him. I should have asked him a few minutes ago, but you didn't tell me.
He came here a couple years ago to race in one of those late closing races with some kind of horse. I think a Canadian horse.
No, I didn't get a chance to speak to him because, 50,000 people want to talk to him at the same time, but I'll probably message him after the wind blows a little bit, so it was a great day. But anyway, guys, what are you guys like in the 13th?
Not custom Cantab at 6-1.
8-1 now.
Really?
Oh, I see 6-1 right now.
Custom Cantab. Oh, yeah.
Motorcon Hanover's 10-1, okay.
How can you guys see it? I can't see that.
I'm struggling at this point. I don't know how I was able to call the Hambletonian.
Well, I'm sure you did a hell of a job.
That could have been better.
Well,
they always can be better.
You're the man, so I don't care.
I'm the only guy calling them in the grandstand.
Yes.
While sweating profusely.
Profusely Hanover. I had you throw it in there.
Why don't you go back to McClure here?
Yes.
You got a Motorcon at 16-1.
Am I in this shot at all?
Yeah, you are, but that's not the shot. Look, now you're in the shot.
But
we gotta cut back to the race feed that's down here. As we're getting ready to go for the John Steele in a couple of minutes. Motorcon Hanover's 10-1 here with Bob McClure driving. We're in Blaze. We were just talking about how Blaze Barn typically blazes,
Absolutely.
for lack of a better term,
right?
when when horses just start rolling. So do you think 10-1 maybe has been an overlay in this case?
Oh, absolutely.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so the only thing is he did qualify last week and raced well.
Yeah, that was weird. Forbidden Trade did the same thing. He qualified on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then he came back here and raced 2 heats.
But guess what? You got Randy Wavels qualifying. That's nothing wrong with that. Randy Wavels is more capable of getting the job done. And he did the right thing. And Bobby Boy, remember, Bobby Boy won this race last year with...
Dream Together. Well, no, 2 years ago.
That was
last year.
What?
50.
You're right.
Was it 55-1? I think it was.
50-1.
And your boy, the Hustler, was in that picture as well with his boy.
Were you in that picture?
Yes, I was. If Motorcon Hanover wins, I will be sprinting, like Sprinter N.
Well, so will I. I know Bobby.
Yeah, you can come with me if you want. Somebody host the show.
Well, now I have a conflict of interest for this race. I can't call it.
Conflict of conflict. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're right. 60 seconds to go. Final thoughts here, Mike.
Motorcon just went from 17-1 to 9-1.
Yeah.
17.
I'll tell you what the value of the horse is here.
Tell us.
Darling Mirror's S. That's a value.
10-1.
Yeah, I used.
How's that horse 10-1 right now?
I mean,
Andy
Miller?
She was even
There's
money
no way.
against Handler last time. I do agree that's a good price. It's a better price than the 6-1 right now in the 8.
If Darling Miraz is stalking rather than pressing, that's probably better for. And I feel like Andy's perfect at getting a horse that kind of conservative trip to pay off.
I mean, Dexter's had another rough day today.
I mean, who's going 49-4 in here?
Who's going 49-4?
Who else is going 49-4 besides Darling Mirror's S?
Hannelore.
PL Jill.
No, I didn't think so.
Shout out to Ryan Clements. I don't know which one.
Hello, Ryan. How are you, Mr. Catch Driver?
No, it's what's off and pacing.
Do they pay to last?
Something like that.
They do pay to last.
Oh.
Hey, it's a long day. It's almost 6 o'clock.
Yeah, 10 to 6.
And there's still 3 more races.
All right, I'm gonna let good old Ray call this race. So.
Why am I still here? 9-5, 7-5 favorite, the one Manchego. This race starts the late pick 4. Second choice at 9-5, the 6 Hannelore Hanover. Third choice at 6-1, the 8 Custom Cantab. No one for me to yell over now. We'll have a nice, smooth jazz race call as Mr. James Witherwright intends.
Top Expectations is shooting out, making it 3 across the track, and now 4 with Manchego leaving alertly on the inside.
Full field of 10, in line, in behind, in motion, and approaching the start for the $186,000 Dr. John Steele Memorial.
And then it's a Fade Tosif at the rear of the field. PL Jill on the outside and Plunge Blue Chip Trails. 26.
Often trotting Custom Cantab had her nose on the gate, but she's out sprinted by Darling Miraz and Hannelore Hanover to her inside. Then comes Fatosive towards the first turn, moving up towards the top, rather Top Expectations, ducking behind Manchego from the pylons, heading to the opening quarter. Hannelore Hanover then wide, moving up towards second as Top Expectations sits a loose third to the opening quarter. They're then back to Darling Miraz fourth. Then sitting fifth comes Ice Attraction, back to a Motorcon Hanover, Fatosive, Custom Cantab, PL Jill, Plunge Blue Chip somewhere towards the rear. 26 seconds for the first quarter. My screen is dim, but in front Manchego leads here by about a length and a half. Sitting second, Hannelore Hanover, Top Expectations, then back third. Darling Miraz is fourth, as no one's made a move yet outside, heading towards the half until Ice Attraction vacated the cones, flushing Darling Miraz off the inside to move outside towards the odds-on favorite Manchego. 55-2 for the half, a 29-2 breather as Manchego to the far turn, now pressured by Darling Miraz. Inside, Hannelore Hanover getting a perfect triple. Ice Attraction sits second over. Shuffled then Top Expectations, Custom Cantab third up in the flow. Then back to a Motorcon Hanover, PL Jill locked in by towards the back of the pack. Plunge Blue Chip moving wide to 3/4, Fatosive between 123 and 1 into the stretch. Manchego leads here by a length from Darling Miraz to the outside, dropping back. Off the cones, Hannelore Hanover angles wide but stalls as the line looms. Manchego leads by 2, chased by Darling Miraz and Hannelore Hanover, but Dunn goes to work and Manchego delivers. It's Manchego in the steal from Hannelore Hanover and Darling Miraz in 150.
Yeah, they let her walk in the second quarter. That's just, they can't do that.
Well, judging by that, Sharton wins the next race. Better's Wish wins the last. Good night, everybody. We're done. Oh, man. How much of this show has just been me going, we're done, and then only, like, on 2 occasions I'm wrong?
Yeah, you got a good point.
You're pretty much always wrong.
Oh, yeah,
What do you mean I'm always wrong?
Laid it on top.
Wait, just because one favorite wins, you think every favorite is going to win?
Mike, it's called having a knack for the dramatics.
Yeah, you're not that dramatic.
Hey, there we go.
Mr. Baez, I need desperate help.
It's been a weird day.
You picked Forbidden?
No.
Oh.
He bet him.
He did bet him, though.
I mean, I picked him, but I bet him. It's called being the hand of a hustler.
Saying one thing and doing another.
Yeah, he kind of does that.
Don't listen to everything I say.
When you say you bet him, so you actually...
It's not a lot of money, but...
What was he, a 15-1 shot?
Yeah.
What was he exactly paid?
It was like
100.
105.
Okay, so yeah.
How's this for a
I didn't spend much. I mean, what?
Last year's Hambletonian Oaks in a stakes record 150.
It's not awful.
Exactly 1 year later.
What do we do now, Pedro?
I mean, I did pick,
Hambletonian Day.
I with discretion, though.
But a secret
I played some backup tickets, so...
I think that was your backup tickets.
I was hoping it would be
I said, I think that was his backup tickets.
If it would have been 6-1, I'd probably be still beat him.
Chartin.
He might be arrested.
After that race, I wonder if they may get more aggressive.
Sophomore, her second win this season, her 21st career.
Because Caviar
I didn't get a chance to talk
Caviar Ally has to beat her at some point.
Yeah, I mean, moves inside. This is probably going to be her best chance, I think, because she's going to get a pocket trip now. The outside stuff, like shower play has to be better than she's been. Sea Swift Joy.
Sea Swift Joy was really good last week, but she's going to get hammered off.
What about Kissing in the Sand, though, too? I mean,
From that post, she was so ranked.
I think she can hit the ticket, but
she's not good.
She's not going to win.
She's going to get bet, though, isn't she?
No.
You don't think so?
No. I don't think she did bet. I mean, she was 16-1 against them 2 weeks ago, or whatever it was, 3 weeks ago.
Tony Lazinski, former track handicapper at Vernon Downs, his long shot exotic play in this race is Wisdom Tree.
Yeah.
For Dexter Dunn.
Yeah, they were having a good day too. They were definitely.
Where did Incredible Shark finish?
I'm not sure, but he had Yonik's horse that won. Mission Accepted. He had that one.
No, I thought it was Burke.
Yeah, he had that one.
Really?
He was saying they did good early. I know that they stopped back and said they were doing very well.
No, Mission Accepted is Burke.
No, I'm saying though Tony had that.
I missed the context.
That's what we're talking about, right?
I don't know what the heat does to you, but it does weird things to me.
I can't believe Manchego was 4-5 in this race.
Really? It's an overlay. She's the best right now.
She is.
And from the inside, although some people think post one's the worst post in the world,
I've heard that.
That was the best post for her and what she likes to do.
Yeah. I mean, the last 2 nights, the 1-0 has not been a bad place.
Oh, without a doubt.
Well, Sharton should be what, about 2-5?
1 to 9.
Oh wow. You could have had $1.20 on her at Philly.
Bye, Pedro. Thanks for stopping by.
See you, bud. Have a good one.
Race 16, scratch 5, Infantry Trust with a plan. The 1 Union Station, race 16.
The man who rocks cargo shorts better than Derek Givner.
Speaking of which, where is Givner?
He was taking pictures out by the finish line. I can go corral him.
I don't know why.
That's true. It's too late.
All day with the interviews in the winner's circle.
Sorry about that, guys. We'll be speaking to neglecting my duties.
Well, I genuinely have a difficult time with these next few races because Caviar Alley has to beat Shark.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the only. But at the same time, after watching them let Manchego walk, I feel they're gonna let Sharton walk.
That's what's possibly gonna happen, yeah.
And then
he's had to pay like $5.40 or something.
Then the Kane Pace, Better's Wish.
After that big mile in the Meadowlands final.
He's the best horse in the division.
Yeah. It's not even close. And where's Best in Show? At the West
What about De Los Cielos Dale?
We'll get to him in a second. Best in Show raced against Century Pharaoh in an OSS last night.
Oh, really?
From the 10-hole.
Yeah.
I did not watch it. How did it go?
Really had a bad trip. I think he ended up third in the race.
Gotcha.
With Century Pharaoh won it, and then I think maybe he was second. It was Bronx Sooster got second. Best in Show was third, and then.
We're here with the Duns, father and son, RJ and Dexter. Manchego has done it 50 flat. Dexter, it seemed like you were intent on the lead here.
Yeah, she's a great filly. I'm pretty lucky. Today I drove a horse that's won a Hambo and a mare that won the Hambo Oaks last year. So, she's a lovely horse. She hit her form last start, and she likes to be on front. She's won most of her races there, and she can whack out a good mile. So. We had to burn pretty hard early that first quarter to put a couple away so we could keep our position on the front end there, and we got a good breather, and she was travelling good around the turn, and I could hear Yannick breathing down my neck, so I just didn't want to give him a run too early, but he ended up getting out, and my mare kicked great.
Triple Crown starts for Pacers. Better's Wish. What's going on there?
I seen him down the paddock there. He looks pretty good. He looks pretty bright. He's ready to go a good mile.
Let me talk to this guy over here. I think that's your father, RJ. Hey, we're sending some money to New Zealand for a change. We sent all of it to Canada so far today.
Yeah, I know. We're liking it too. And we're very proud of young Dex. And what a marvellous day, my first experience of a Hambo day. And I think I might come back. It's absolutely the best day's racing I've ever experienced.
So tell everybody in New Zealand that this is the place to be on Hambo Day.
Absolutely. Come to Hambo Day. It's just outstanding. New Zealand Cup we have is good. This is better. And it's just a marvellous day. And the racing is outstanding.
Thanks, RJ. Continued success there. And we'll see you for the next.
Uh-oh. OJ was in the winner's circle.
OJ.
I'm not black. I'm OJ. Okay.
Okay, JC.
Sharton opens 1-2. Caviar. Can you take 2-1 on Caviar Ally?
No.
I don't really think you can.
I'm gonna sit on my hands in this race. You could mess around with supers, maybe with Shower Play and See Swift Joy, but I mean, those are the most logical horses to fill up the exotics. So
See Swift Joy's 20-1 though.
Yeah, I mean, but not 20-1 to be third in the race. You know what I mean? It's. Can you get her to be second, maybe? She's good. You know, she's one of the only closers in the race. I mean, there's a lot of speed in the race. You know, you want to mess around with the 2 in the exotics because your boy Tony likes them.
You're also getting 40-1 on shadow play. On shower play.
There's nothing wrong with this horse at all. That's a nice horse. You know, I mean, she hasn't been very good this year, but last year she won 6 out of 11. You know. I mean, and she would, if you would see some of those miles she would put in, she would just explode late. I mean, would kick 26 without even, and just roll right by everything. She's a legitimate horse. Maybe not Sharton good, but she's good enough, you know, to hit the board in the race. And I'm curious why they're here. This is a very interesting spot for them to take a shot with this horse. I don't think they would come unless they thought they had a chance.
That's true. I'm also curious why they just haven't really put her in any of the free-for-all mare races.
I don't know.
I figure she's eligible.
Yeah, I mean, you would think. But again, you know, this year she hasn't bet herself. You know, 2 back raced pretty well. Got picked off by a perfect trip. You know, it was a favorite last time against Double A Mid, who's won a couple in a row now. And she's not impossible to be underneath here. I don't think she can win the race, but she's not impossible to be in the money.
That about says everything about this race. Like, what else could it possibly be? What's kissing in the sand right now? She's
39-1.
Okay, that's higher than I was expecting her to be.
I thought that horse would be about 15 or 20 to 1.
Yeah, I thought she'd be about more.
I'm surprised. I mean, right
You're My
now,
Candy
a
Girl's
110 is
taking
$91.
You're My Candy Girl. Oh, she floated to 20. You're My Candy Girl was like 10-1 on the flash I saw.
Yeah, sure she woke up last time. She likes this racetrack too.
I don't know if a 150 mile with a 29 and 1 final quarter is a wake up.
But that's a plane race.
Have you noticed that over the last couple of weeks, these Burke horses that have just been off form have been going into these easier spots and destroying?
Yes, I've noticed that.
So it makes me think that maybe his horses are kind of outclassed. Or, like we saw with Dorsey,
$1.4 million.
she's still a 4-year-old against older mares.
Okay, I mean, but she's got plenty of class. That's not her issue. I don't think. I mean, she's danced a ton of dances.
You're right. Her issue is that she's in against Sharton.
Yeah, I mean that's a whole different thing.
Like, I don't even know how to evaluate this at this point.
Well, she's won 30. Sharton's won 30 races in the last 2 years. 30.
That's
out
pretty
of
good.
36.
That's pretty good.
She was the first pacing mare in history to earn more than $1 million in a season.
Yeah, and she's gonna do it again this year.
Yeah, she's on track.
So, I mean, she's on her way to 750 here in about a couple minutes.
Yeah. one of the best.
I think now's a great time to remind people about the Dan Patch next week.
I agree.
At Hoosier Park.
I will be via satellite, but Ray will be there, Rod will be there, Russ won't be there.
He won't be.
All right, so Hambletonian Day is known to bring.
He'd be a good fill-in for me.
And they're off and pacing at the Dan Patch Stakes. They come to 3/4 in 122 and 4. Lazarus came forth to win the 25th running of the Dan Patch Stakes.
Celebrating Indiana's richest harness race, the 26th edition of the $300,000 Dan Patch Stakes on Friday, August 9th at Harrah's Hoosier Park Racing and Casino. Watch it live on Wish TV at 9 p.m.
That's right, we are 1 week away from the Dan Patch Invitational free-for-all pace, $300,000 race. It's provided some decent payoffs in recent years.
Yes, some fair racing and not too much chalk.
Yeah, it's not a fair. It's a circuit, fair mutual.
Oh, I know it's not a fair circuit. I mean the prices are fair.
Yeah.
Now you're killing me, Smalls.
$300,000. They're just everyone that's still here is just loafing on the grass. People have been giving up.
They're my.
It is a long day.
It is a long day.
We've been here since 9 this morning.
Well, maybe I shouldn't say this on air, but you know.
Well, we should remind people to advertise with us.
Yes,
Right.
please.
Yeah.
Being that we're here all day.
Oh, you may know me as television's Ray Gattolo, or as the handsomely wealthy Ray Gattolo. You see, now that North American Harness Update is really taken off, I've picked up this hobby of just putting all of the money that I earn down the toilet. And it's gotten to the point now where I am down thousands upon thousands of dollars, and I need your help. If you would like to help me continue this hobby of throwing away my money, please advertise with us by contacting Rod at NAHUPicks.com. Make him do all the business so that way I can cash in and keep putting these bad boys down the toilet. Oh, jeez. That was like $5,000.
Yeah, it'll be a hammer we won't ever forget.
I would bet not.
Yeah, they're parading here now for
You gave him that pro spray.
the Lady Liberty. You are my candy girl out here with Yannick Gingras driving for trainer Ron Berg and owner William Donovan. Next then, Don't Think Twice with Matt Kakali for Andrew Harris, who co-owns with his LLC, Michael Goldberg Racing. Shower Place the 6th, Dan Dubé drives for Renee Dion, who co-owns with Susie Kerwood and Martin LaVale. Sea Swift Joy, owned here by Brad Grant, trained by Tony Alagna, driven by Brian Sears. Divas Image, then the 8 for the Bongiornos, trainer Jen, driver Joe. And Joe co-owns with Howard Taylor, Jerry and Teresa Silva Stables, and Tom Lazzaro. And the 9, Apple Bottom Jeans, also owned by Howard Taylor, along with Ed Gold, Robert Cooper Stables, and Tom Lazzaro. Dylan Davis, the trainer. Corey Callahan drives. Last to the outside, the 10, Kissing in the Sand, with Dave Miller in the bike for trainer Nancy Johansson and owners Marvin Katz and Hatfield Stables. I hope we rip through these next 2 races, as we have a couple minutes to go. Like, I know it's one thing for me to concede to Green Shoe and then be wrong, but I feel like Sharton's a whole different situation here.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's really only one horse that can beat her, and that's the 3. Yeah, especially if they don't give her any pressure. She's 11 for 12 this year. The only race she lost, she had the 8-hole at Yonkers and was 4 wide the entire way around the racetrack. So, I think a Super might not be a bad idea here.
Try and get a horse like Wisdom Tree then in from the inside, or Don't Think Twice even, who was racing well, went a decent mile at Plain Ridge off of a break. So you could think that filling or that mare might have a bit more this time around. She's 80 to 1. You need those kind of horses to hit the ticket for it to mean anything. In all honesty, you could put together a superfecta with like the 1-3 keyed for the first 2 spots.
You could.
And then the 2-6-7. Yeah, the 2-6-7-9 for the spots underneath. I think that's $4.
You like the 9 for 4th?
The 9 can hit the ticket.
I don't know. I don't really like 9 at all.
Apple Bottom Jeans always finds a way to get into the ticket in these races.
Yeah, but it's not inside post.
Hard knocking horse, thank you very much.
You really are tired.
Yes, been up nearly 24 hours, boys and girls.
Sleep in the car.
We need you more well rested for future shows, Rush. I just have to say.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm gonna need a Murphy blind, right? Yeah. But anyway, Apple Bottom Jeans, anyway, has been a very consistent horse. Always gets in the money. Always hard knocking. Every time this horse races. Horse has a track record of Rosecroft, by the way. I had to get that in there. Hi, Rosecroft. What's going on, everybody? The Hustler is giving you guys some love on this wonderful day.
When do they come back? When's Rosecroft come back?
September the 8th.
Not too much longer. Are we doing NAHUpicks.com for this next meet?
Yeah, absolutely. Why would we not?
You still Wednesday, Sundays?
Wednesday, Sundays. 7:15, I believe, is what it's going to be this meet.
Okay.
And we're going to have a good time. I can't give you the wagering format yet because it's still to be determined.
Maybe a pick 4?
But I'm hearing rumors from the rumor mill that could be a pick 4.
Nice.
In the fall. Finally get that thing in there, so hopefully we get that in there. We'll be able to fill some pools, get some more eyes on the product. And it's good racing, you know?
It has been good racing.
Yeah, fantastic. And there's no...
The handle did increase this past meet, for sure.
Yeah. You guys were a help, and a lot of help with the people out down there, and we'll see what happens. And segue back to you, Mr. Gray.
Do we have to keep talking about Shark?
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe worth like taking a little shot with Caviar Alley on top. You know.
Yeah, you could even save money putting Caviar Alley on top of Shark.
Well, what I'm saying, I mean, you know,
I'm talking the supers. Go like
that's what I'm messing with right now.
Go like 3 with 1 with and then spread.
Yeah. I mean, you know, if Green Tree can lose, anything can lose, right?
Green Tree, yes.
Or Green Tree.
The Hambletonian favorite Green Tree.
Well, no, we were saying Wisdom Tree. I was thinking Green. I don't know. Whatever. Whatever, right? How many freaking Freudian slips you have today? 50?
I think I'm going into insanity at this point. The heat syncope is getting to me.
We need to play the spot with you and the horse again.
I will do that after this race. Because then it's the cane pace. I know Derek Givner's all over Captain Crunch. I don't see how Better's Wish loses that race. The only horse that kind of impressed me lately, I'll get to that when we get there. I can't run out of talking points before we get to the race.
True.
We got about 30 seconds on the board out there.
We got 60 over here.
We got that 30-second delay, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Some delays.
So I shouldn't be doing anything stupid in a 30-second delay, right?
There were almost 1,000 people watching the Facebook stream on the Meadowlands live.
Fantastic.
Not for us, for the racetrack. But after the Hambletonian, there's about 200. Even people at home have tuned out.
It's a big race.
Yeah.
You think they should put these races before the Hambo?
I feel like the Hambo should be the last race.
Yeah.
I've always felt that.
I think maybe one more after, but that's like the next one. Kind of like the jog, you know?
Yeah.
The jog is always the last race.
Now fourth, now third. Doing my best Roger Paul.
All right, it's time for Shartine.
I'm gonna go watch this race. So go ahead, Ray. You have some fun, all right?
I'm trying.
Can't even get up.
Field called to the gate here for race 14, the $183,500 Lady Liberty.
2 to 5 here now. 2 to 5 on the 1, Sharton. 5 to 2 on the 3, Caviar Alley. For $183,500.
That's mine. That's my Aki's fenced in fathead.
Sponsored by the SBOA of New Jersey and Front Pack. Start of the lead, pick 3. Here they come.
1 to 5 here on Shartin. Second choice then, 5 to 2, the 3, Caviar Alley. Field of 10 in motion and approaching the start for the $183,500 Lady Liberty.
You are my candy girl, 5th on the outside. Wisdom 3 is 6th on the real. C Swift Joy is 7th. As Shower Play goes up on the outside, then Don't Think Twice and Deep.
Often pacing, apple bottom jeans jolts to the far outside with Kissin' in the Sand, C Swift Joy, and You Are My Candy Girl from the center, while to the inside, Sharton beat them all to the first turn before Apple Bottom Jeans crosses over to take control to the opening quarter. Sharton then angles off the pylons from the pocket to retake command, locking Caviar Alley inside third, while Kissin' in the Sand catches cover briefly through a 26-second opening quarter. Sharton almost got locked to the inside, but now she's in control to the backside. Sitting second, Apple Bottom Jeans as Kissin' in the Sand races third, wide of Caviar Alley. Then You Are My Candy Girl second over in the flow fifth. Sitting sixth, Wisdom Tree to the inside of Shower Play, with C Swift Joy towards the back of the pack. Rather, C Swift Joy to the inside of Diva's Image. And last of all, Don't Think Twice. 53-4 for the half, 27-4 that second quarter to the far turn. Kissin' in the Sand, a length off of Sharton, who's unchallenged. Apple Bottom Jeans still sitting the pocket. Second over in the flow, You Are My Candy Girl, with Shower Play third up, and with about 4 lengths to make up. Caviar Alley has no racing room ahead of Wisdom Tree as they come to the top of the stretch. In 1:21, Sharton turns first, and she opens a 3-length lead. It's Sharton here over Apple Bottom Jeans. Then Caviar Alley angles out, and Wisdom Tree to the inside. Coming down to the line, Teatrick calls upon Sharton, and Sharton here winning by open lengths in the Lady Liberty over Caviar Alley in 1:46-4. All-time world record for an aged pacing mare.
She had a hot date.
Better's Wish is going 1:46.
Home like 25. She came home like 24 and change.
Well, she came home with 25 and 4.
Well, what did they go 3/4 at?
121.
She came home with 25 and 4.
Hi.
Short. 1:46 and 4.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm trying to think who had the prior record. It wasn't Sheepy Sting, and she said that as a 3-year-old.
I'm not sure. Either way, that was really impressive. What about Shower Play getting third? No. That was nothing but a 1-3 exactly.
I have a dollar super.
1-3-6-9. 1 to 5 over 3 to 1 over 49 to 1 over 20 to 1. Ah, you used Apple Bottom Jeans, didn't you?
I did, because you told me to.
You're welcome.
I listen. You know, that's the difference between you and I. I told you last night to use a 17-to-1 shot. What'd you do? Ignored me.
I could have flown home with Rod.
Ignored me. And that's what you do. You ignore me. I don't. When you say, oh, hey, you didn't use the 9, I'm like, oh, maybe I should use the 9. And that's whenever I cash tickets.
I just can't help that I have a gift.
Yeah. For not listening. That's your gift.
How's the horse not 1-9?
The prior world record had to be 147.
How about... No, but we talked about shower play here. 50 to 1 shot, third, almost was second in there.
Yeah.
You know, she was here for a reason. So, you know, don't sleep on stuff like that. You know, that's going to make this super pay a lot better now.
The track is just so fast.
I mean, and Caveat I really never had a chance to, with, you know, I mean, she raced big too.
Does Chardon have anything else to prove at this point?
No. Well, why not just keep making money?
Keep making that money, honey.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, but if she kicked home 25 and 4, what did the 6 come home? It had to be 25, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, shower play always has always had that big of a
just unbelievable. She just has a wicked final kick. I mean, we're talking more about the third place horse in the winner, but...
Well, I mean, what more is there to
We all knew
say?
Charlotte was going to win the race.
We didn't know she was going 46 and 4. Which I'm looking up right now.
I did talk to Jim King.
147 and 4. She beat the record by a whole second.
That's huge.
If you guys go to my Facebook Live earlier today, I did talk to Jim King over here at the autograph tent.
Nice.
And he said that horse was just ready to go. He was just no worries. I never saw a guy more confident than Jim King.
Unbelievable.
You know?
Interesting.
He was just laying back in his chair like this. He's like, I feel good.
I need to go into the sprinklers. I'll be back in a minute.
Dollar Super was $185.
$185.
Yeah.
Wow. What was the exact? The 540?
Exact was 440. So you got $185 Super with the 6 being third. You know, the triple was 35 for a buck. But the Super was huge.
That's crazy.
When you had 1 to 5, the first and second choices.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a ridiculous ticket.
That's amazing, Mr. Mike.
Well, it was worth a bet. I know that.
How can anybody see anything?
We got 2 left. Yeah?
Yeah, 2 left on the card. You got that wonderful, wonderful Cane Pace and that where's a 4 that everybody's been.
We got the full page ad in the program.
Oh, I see that.
See that?
Oh, I love it.
And the Hambo program, full page ad.
How much is it to get the Hustler on there?
We need to add you. We need to have it, like, we have this, and then we'll have, like, your picture, like, God above it, like, looking over us.
Yes.
You know, I think that would be appropriate.
Absolutely.
I mean, it would certainly add something to it. Anyway.
Hey, at least I could add something to you guys at Rose Crawl.
Yeah.
You know?
You add every time you come on.
Yes.
You know?
You know, I'm a little tired. I'm trying the best I can to.
You're getting there.
Oh, my father's back again. What would you
Absolutely.
like, sir?
We need some.
Oh, my
he
God.
brought some liquid.
Oh, I need some liquid.
How nice of him. That'll perk you.
You want something, that's for sure.
At least you don't have to, like, I gotta drive home like 5 hours. I have no hotel. I might sleep here on these grass.
We gotta go 4 hours.
You ought to go under the sprinklers.
Is the sprinkler something?
Oh,
look at you.
Oh, it's so good.
Well, I'm gonna go take it. Here, get some video. I'm gonna go over there.
Yeah, we need Russ under the sprinkler.
All right, get
Everyone
some video
wants to
on
see that.
Well, we'll do that. Here's the race feed.
240, 220, and 6 shower play, 960. The exact of 440, $4.40, 13136, trifecta, 69.80. The upcoming 15th race, the Cane Pace. 3-year-old open, $285,362. Post time at 6:28. Sponsored by Fair Winds Farm, Greenbridge, New Jersey, and Cameo Hills Farm. Scratch the 7 Hurricane Emperor, 6. Exacta, trifecta, superfecta, and late double. Race 16, the 1 Union Station, Andrew McCarthy Drive. Scratch the 5, In Rock We Trust, 6.
just to show the efficiency of modern telecommunications. Oh, it felt wonderful.
Congratulations to the winning caretaker, Phil Moore. Phil Moore.
I'm loading in.
Hope we got that baby on video.
Oh yeah, we did.
Oh yeah, not plugging that into the show, are you?
Oh yeah, we are.
Oh no. What? What?
Meantime, coming up here, the Cane Pace. First leg of the Pacing Triple Crown, which still exists. You guys know it still exists?
Yeah.
Say that one more time.
Pacing Triple Crown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? This is the first time they're showing up like this. Uh-oh. We're gonna get copyright stricken again.
Hey Ray, don't hit me with your best shot.
You couldn't handle it. Here it is. Alright, I think I have it here. And there are the prices from race 14. We got 146 and 4 mile by Sharton. Now what matters more, Russ Adams.
The upcoming 15th race, the Cane Pace.
Heading into Salvation.
Open for $285,362. Post time at 6:28. Sponsored by Fair Winds Farm, Greenwich, New Jersey.
What winning's like.
Hills Farm.
Thank you, Bob McClure, for not making me broke. And I got my cameraman Marv over here taking shots of this. Woo!
Union Station
Oh
and
my God.
McCarthy Drive. Scratch the 5 in Rockaway Trust.
Oh, this feels great. Give me some more of this. Oh. I can be out of here for the rest of the card. Those last two races, you know? Oh, you got a little too close. all right. Right.
That was simply beautiful, marvelous.
And you got to see me with my hair.
You know, this is the first time in the history of the show you've shown people your hair.
I have hair, everybody. I have hair. Beautiful locks.
Speaking of locks, Better's Wish.
That shirt was a lock, I'll tell you that.
This is Better's Wish, currently 6-5 on the board. Please explain. Mike, you can explain to me.
Sorry.
You've given up?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was just updating our Twitter and stuff like that.
Crunch is 4 to 5.
Please explain that to
Somebody
me.
has to handle our social media while you're taking care of other things.
Well, that just goes to show if we had more hands, we could have the best amateur broadcast in the sport.
It's not bad. We probably do have the best amateur broadcast.
It's not awful. You guys did a great job. You guys been on the air for like 7 hours already. What's another?
Okay, what do you want me to explain to you?
Why is Captain Crunch the favorite?
Because people think that he's a superior horse to Better's Wish.
Well, here's my question. They're wrong. Okay, it wasn't a question, it was a statement. I get what you're saying. This was a similar argument that happened on the NARS Update Twitter with Custom Can Tab. Like, I get why Captain Crunch is the favorite. I feel like him being the favorite's not warranted since Better's Wish is the better horse.
Okay, I think if you want to bet Better's Wish, you're okay with people betting Captain Crunch.
You're not wrong.
I mean,
I'm just surprised.
I do feel like, though, that maybe the 5 might have a chance in the race at a decent price. You know, because this horse is capable of huge efforts.
Okay.
And, you know, the 4 and the 6 are very likely to hook up again, similar to what they've done in the past, because, you know, both think that they have the best horse, you know, and they're both going to hook up trying to win the race. That's going to set it up for a closer, like last time. And whenever the 5 is, you know, is right, this horse is capable of going, you know, 48 and 4 miles.
But that's the key is when he's right.
Yeah.
There are many times that he's wrong.
It's a guessing game.
Yeah.
You know, but no chance in the audios. Really no chance in the pace. So, you know, it was bet both times.
It's 10-1.
You know, I'm just trying to give you alternatives. I mean, there's not very many here. I mean, you look semi-tough, really, you know, it's just okay for me. I mean, you know, a lot of these horses raced poorly in the audios. You know, the two big waiting, so.
Russ's dad is having fun on the wool pony right now.
Get that man a whip.
I mean, it's another chalk fest.
I think one of the interesting horses in this race is the 8.
Yeah, stop.
Okay, I mean, why?
Well, first things first. We already know that what happened here. No longer trained by Gareth Dowes because the cat was out of the bag. Josh Marks was training those horses the whole time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Everybody in the world knew that, but on the racetrack.
But this horse had some time off, and in all honesty, even if that's the case, I don't think going to the Jim King Jr. barn is a downgrade.
No.
No.
It's
not
not.
at all. No. If anything, it might be an upgrade.
However, you know, this horse can't win, you know, an overnight race at Pocono. How are you going to go with these ones that are probably two of the best horses in the division? I mean, what do you expect here?
That's very much a fair point. As Better's Wish and Captain Crunch are the main two horses in this race. Do note, Hurricane Emperor scratched. I think they finally came to terms with where that horse belongs.
Right.
Which is unfortunate because he made a lot of money here in New Jersey, and you'd think a horse by Hurricane King Cole would have a ton of speed.
You would think.
But maybe he could be one that gets better with age.
It's very, very,
I prefer
possible.
Better's Wish, but would you be really surprised if Captain Crunch wins the race?
No, I'd be disappointed because I know how good Better's Wish is.
I mean,
either way, this pick 4's not paying regardless.
Yeah. I mean, I've obviously donated a few dollars to this pick 4 trying to beat a few favorites.
I only spent 24. I'm just praying to God I can get
I did actually use, though, the 5 in the race, hoping for some craziness and maybe, you know, this horse waking up a bit. The short field helps him. You know, I mean, a lot of times, though, you never know. He's always in the middle of the racetrack. He's on the line. I mean, there's a lot of things.
Thanks. I hope it was as good listed or looking at us.
Take care.
Yeah. We should put the big head in front of us.
We're on TV.
See, guys, thank you.
Sure.
I enjoyed your podcast, whatever you're doing.
It's more of a whatever we're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I'm glad. We're glad. Thank you very much.
You guys want to take our last couple shirts, you can have them.
Yeah.
You can take them.
You guys want t-shirts?
Yeah, you can take them.
You can take the sandwiches, too.
Mom, do you want a shirt? I'll take a shirt.
Yeah. Take them. Take the shirts. Oh, look at that. You don't have to give us anything. It's the last one.
Oh, okay.
You can take it. You can take it. Yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That is awesome. That's going right next to the head in the basement.
Oh, I didn't get a foiled. Was he racing?
Awesome. Oh, that's cool. I'm getting this one. This one's mine.
Wait, what?
Hey, I gotta get one or the other. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next year. So long as the heat doesn't take us away. By the heat, I mean the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
This is really cool, though.
Hey, they liked your show. They had to listen to you guys for 7 hours.
That's true. They didn't have to put up with us for 7 hours.
It's been 7 hours.
What's another 2 races?
This is our last race, right?
Yep.
Are we doing the last one?
Oh, I want to sit in the sulky for a second.
I'll do
you guys talking about?
I'll do it by myself.
Well, turn the camera that way so we can see you.
Hey, we gotta get that not worth a 4 a little attention, right?
We're not getting that.
You're killing me.
Russ, if you want to do it Facebook Living it, feel free.
You know, that's what I might do.
You need to take this with you.
Guys, in the comments, you guys want me to do a Facebook Live in the 16th?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, we got one
Ray's taking the mic with him.
I don't need the battery case.
Ray Catolo live.
All right, so I'm pretty sure the mics should still be working here. I'm currently sitting here in the sulky. Does anyone have a whip? No one has a whip? That's fantastic. First things first, this sulky is very tightly hitched. Because you gotta get the legs over. The stirrups are up here. Okay. And then you gotta get your lean on. So, well, you should be sitting on the straps first things first. This should be right under you.
Oh, he's in the bike.
There we go. And so then, once you get the reins up, then you just deal with. You just gotta deal with. What? Did it turn off? Oh. Then you just gotta deal with the reins. It's very
I don't know what
basic.
Ray's doing.
And you really want to just tug on the
thinks he's
horse.
Brian Sears.
And then you want to give it a little bit of encouragement. Just want to get it going. Yeah.
It's not going.
Yeah.
You drop better than Rod.
That's true. I actually move in the bike.
What do you think is more effective? The actual.
Well, here's what I always thought. I always thought with the whip, the most effective thing is the sound, because you're hitting the cart, and the sound is what startles the horse. So that's why, like for instance, you'll see Jameson do a slap of the wheel disc. Really, what you're doing with the reins is you're just trying to keep the horse focused on something. That's also why you want to keep him on the bit, because when you keep the horse on the bit, when you run. It's very similar to when you're just running and you're not focused on anything. You're just focused on moving. It's very mindless. And if you can keep a horse's mind on something other than moving, they typically will go faster than otherwise. But that's very much a feel thing, I imagine. And then if you're trying to get a horse to go, maybe to get them on the bit, you like tug on certain reins based on how their head is moving. And then you'll give them little flicks to wake them up.
Here comes the hustler.
Up.
I was wondering what you guys were doing.
And then you gotta pull the plugs.
Oh, yeah. Gotta kick the plugs out.
This cart is hitched way too high. Who sits like this? It's me, Tim Tetrick.
It's the stinger. You can tell that we've lost all control here.
Yes. This is really bad for your back.
We got 1 minute to post. That's why Rod can't drive anymore.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I sat in there, I'd probably break the seat.
Alright. We got 1 to go. 1 race to go.
That was the most fun we could have today. I wish I had a whip to go with it.
We got about 45 seconds into this 15th race on Kane Pace of a part of the pacing triple crap.
Woo! And then we're cleaning up and leaving. Ray gets to call 1 more.
Let's make this the best call I've ever done. Or the least mediocre, whichever.
Let's go with the less mediocre one. Me and Gene.
I poked him in the tummy.
I'm just kidding.
3 to 5 here on the 6 Captain Crunch. With 10 seconds to post. Second choice at 6 to 5. The 4. Better's Wish. Third choice then. At 12 to 1. The 5. De Los Cielos Deo. Stakes time once more for a final time. 1 more Grand Circuit go around for the $285,362 Kane Pace. Harness Racing's finest 3-year-old pacers move towards the starting gate. Scratch down to a field of 7. Behind the gate, in line, in behind, and approaching the start.
Settling in front of Lions, Nighthawk, and after the miscue, Escape to the Beach has got the rear of the field here. Single pound, Pointers, Betters,
Often pacing, Escape to the Beach on a gallop as Better's Wish blasts from the center for the top. Captain Crunch then, the favorite, also moving for a front spot, while Love Me Some Lou and Semi-Tough protect position to the inside around the first turn. Better's Wish, though, crosses over, clears command, and extends to a length and a half lead. Captain Crunch moves into the vacant 2-hole, while Semi-Tough chases from third ahead of Love Me Some Lou in fourth. They're then followed by De Los Cielos Deo racing fifth, back sixth, Lions Nighthawk. And towards the back of the pack after the early break, Escape to the Beach through a 26-2 opening quarter. Up the backside, Better's Wish leads here, bet down to 4-5. Behind him, the other 4-5. Captain Crunch, they're 1-2. Chased by Semi-Tough, sitting 2.5, 3 lengths from the top, with Love Me Some Lou in tow from fourth. Yet to get rolling outside to the half. De Los Cielos Deo, meanwhile, jonesing for cover from fifth. Sixth still, Lions Nighthawk through a 54 and 4.5. 28-2 that second quarter. Better's Wish dictates the terms to the far turn as Captain Crunch tries to loom closer from the pocket. Outside, Love Me Some Lou takes the bait, moves first up from fourth, locking Semi-Tough at the cones. De Los Cielos Deo cannot commit outside, so Lions Nighthawk tries to angle wide of him as Love Me Some Lou ducked, forcing De Los Cielos Deo wide in 1:22-2, top of the lane. Better's Wish cuts the corner. Captain Crunch angles out. Then behind them, Semi-Tough chases as the top two come into the eighth pole, led by Better's Wish. Captain Crunch gives pursuit, chased by Semi-Tough still from third. As they come down to the finish, Better's Wish, Captain Crunch draws closer, and Captain Crunch gets past to take the cane pace from Better's Wish and Semi-Tough in 1:48. What a great note to end on.
Wow, now.
The most decisive horse, I thought Better's Wish. Gets beat by Captain Crunch, but albeit Captain Crunch didn't set the pace.
I mean, he got they let him dominate the race, and they did it. I mean, they were the two best horses, and they proved it again. But we need to thank some people now.
Yes, it's time for me to stand up and do. Why would I sit down?
I'm gonna sit down.
You're gonna sit down. I don't care.
Okay.
We'd like to thank Rod for showing up for half the races.
We'd like to thank Rod for drinking too many margaritas before getting onto his plane and then causing everyone to be 2 hours late. You won't tell people that's the reason why it was delayed. Because that's how flights work, right?
Right.
They won't just leave without you.
Right.
Genuinely, though, as my overexposed background and angel-y glow face wraps up this Hambletonian day, none of this would be possible without the help of the Hambletonian Society putting on, I would say, I don't know if I can say fantastic. It was a great card of racing. I didn't profit, but Green Man Alishi raced well in the Elims. Charlton won a world record.
I profited, but
I thought it was going to be a total chalk fest, and I was surprised.
There were no prices.
And that's what I think made it fantastic. Forbidden Trade upset Green Shoe. It's weird to say I'm glad Green Shoe lost, because the only reason I say that is I didn't want the obvious to happen, and it didn't happen. But at the same time, too, I understand it's so hard to get into the Hambletonian, and if you have the favorite, that hurts even more. But we also knew Green Shoe was erratic from the start.
And the horse has lost a couple times prior.
Yeah. And it was almost in similar fashion to the Earl Beale Jr. Memorial. Right. But that's what made it a great race. I was worried Green Shoe would just be unchallenged and he would steal it. But we got a race out of it, and that's what the Hambletonian proves every year. It's no walk in the park to win the Hambletonian.
This is the best horses anywhere in harness racing. It's the best.
And we, over the last 2 years, have had the privilege, thanks to ongoing support from everywhere in the industry, from racetracks, from organizations, to you. Because if you weren't watching, we couldn't do any of this.
Right.
I can understand why you wouldn't watch, because CBS has some decent shows right now. They made a Little Sheldon.
No.
Yeah.
All I watch is races.
Sheldon Bazinga has a little version now on CBS.
Yeah, I don't care.
I think it's like Tuesdays at 9.
I never watched the original.
On CBS.
Yeah. There's so many other things you could watch, but you took the time to put us on, listen to us, have fun with us, hopefully. And that's honestly that's what helps us keep going, and that's what helps us be able to get support from places like the Hambletonian Society, from the Meadowlands Racetrack, and from Hoosier Park, where we'll be next week.
Right.
For the Dan Patch free-for-all pace.
I will not be there next week. Unless they invite me, but I'm not, other than that, I will not be there next week.
He keeps inserting yourself in. That's my job. It's my job.
I'll be watching it from home, watching you guys do your thing. So.
But I never thought we'd be able to travel the country the way we have to cover these races, let alone in the manner that I choose to cover these races. So.
Oh, here goes Ray.
Oh, boy.
I just wanted to be away from the sun.
His soliloquy.
So thank you. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. Thank you to everyone who participated, who watched the races along with us, who heard me screaming for about 7 hours straight, and then sucking on electrolyte tablets to try and survive. This has been the 94th Hambletonian. We've been 3 wide. I think this microphone's about to die.
Yep. See you guys.
Let me do it.
See you soon. Are we clear?